thick books. Are you okay? Yeah, if not, you can also replace them with 2 water bottles. Okay, cool. Okay, so let me just repeat that again. So 2 blocks. If you know your hamstrings are tighter, if you don't have blocks, you can replace them with thick books or even water bottles of roughly the same height. And also a towel would be good to have to pat your knees with when you're doing kneeling poses. And also to just assist you in just one of the 2 binding poses that we will be working on today. Okay, so whatever you do, just remember to pace yourself over the next 45 minutes. Do what you can. Don't force yourself into any final shape. Take the appropriate option that suits your practice and just remember to breathe normally through your nose. Okay, let's get started. So just find a comfortable seat on the mat. Sitting up tall from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. And just allow your eyes to softly close. As you start to draw your awareness inwards, begin to just observe your breath moving in and out of your nostrils. Relaxing the space between your eyebrows, relaxing your jaw. And just also notice where your breath is in your body. Can you bring the attention to your belly area? And as you inhale, just notice your belly expanding like a balloon. And as you exhale, your belly deflates and softens. Again, inhale, your belly expands. And exhale, your belly deflates as you draw your navel back to your spine. So again, just continue with this deep belly breathing for the next minute or so. Taking this time to also let go of anything that doesn't serve you. So just let go of any thoughts and any distractions. And just try our very best to be both physically and mentally present on your mat. So if the mind does start to wander during your practice, which usually happens, observe that thought and let it go without judging it. And bring the awareness back to your own breath. Okay, a couple more rounds here with eyes still closed. Very gently blink open your eyes on your next inhalation. Nice, now with your eyes open, let's move on to a seated side bend. Okay, so just gentle warm-ups. Now walking the right hand out towards your right side. So keep your left hip down on the mat. Can you stretch your left arm overhead? Okay, so reaching through your fingertips. Again, if stretching your left hand this way doesn't work for you, you could try bending your elbow as you place your palm on the back of your head. Still doesn't work, you can just keep your left hand on your left hip. Okay, so as you stretch towards the right side, maybe some of you can lower down to your right forearm. Okay, doing so without lifting your left hip. Okay, so left hip stays down on the mat. Stretch your left fingertips. Now keeping the bicep next to your ear, roll your top shoulder back, square your shoulders forward. Okay, so look either upwards, forwards, or downwards, wherever feels comfortable for your neck. Inhale, come back up to center. Other side, walking the left hand out to the left now. Stretch your right arm overhead. Again, so reaching through your fingertips. You can start to bend your elbow a little bit more maybe and probably lower the elbow down, okay, if that's accessible. Again, so right hip stays down. Lengthen the right side of your body a little bit longer. Roll the top shoulder back. Again, look wherever suits your neck. Breathe. Inhale, back up to center. Okay, moving on to a seated twist. So still keep the legs as they are. Cross your right hand over your left thigh. Okay, place your left hand on the mat behind your back. Okay, just to show you from the side. So your left fingertips will be in line with your spine, pointing backwards. On your next inhale, think about lengthening again from base of your spine to the crown of your head. On your exhale, you're going to twist from your navel upwards as you gently press your right palm into your left thigh. Is your twisting today? Again, remember, ribs in, belly in, like you're wearing a corset. Okay, if you could actually relate to that. Okay, maybe looking past your left shoulder. Release your twist, look forward. Other side. Left hand over right knee. Right hand on the mat behind your back. Again, take an inhale here, lengthen. Exhale, gently twist from your navel upwards. Nice. Okay, and maybe looking past right shoulder. Okay, so notice if you're flaring your ribs out now, can you keep your ribs hugged in, belly in? So engaging your core, okay, to protect your lower back as you're twisting. Nice, now release your twist, look forward. From here now, cross at your ankles. You're going to take a plank pose. So you're going to straighten your legs like a high push-up position. Stacking shoulders on top of wrists. Okay, fingers are spread wide. Press the floor with your palms. Not holding too long here. Lift your hips now into your first downward facing dog. Okay, so with your feet about hip width, hands shoulder width. So distance between hands and feet, they're about the same in plank as it is in down dog. Nice. Now option, stay in stillness in down dog. Option 2, move in any way that feels natural for you. Okay, so some options, you could be bending your knees one at a time as you straighten your other leg. So just gently warming up your calves, your hamstrings, ankles. Might even also lift both your heels as you lower them down to your right distance. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forwards. Root to rise, push down through your feet. You're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae slowly. Okay, letting your hip be the last to come up as you stretch your arms overhead, maybe looking up at your lifted hand. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Okay, you're going to warm up with 2 rounds of sun salutation. Okay, modified sun salutation. On your next inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Okay, so hinging forward from your hips, fold. Nice. Our next inhale, halfway lift. Okay, so you can keep your hands on your shin, maybe hands on the mat. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Palms on the mat beside your feet. Can you now step your right leg back? Big step back. Drop the right knee down. Taking a simple twist, place your right palm on the mat inside of your left leg. Twist on your exhale as you now stretch your left hand upwards. Okay, so just keep the front knee above your ankle. Hug inner thighs together. Again, so think twisting from navel upwards and maybe look up at your lifted hand. Release your twist, left hand on the mat. Press your palms into your left thigh. Let's lift your chest up right now into Anjaneyasana. Okay, so options, your hands can remain here on your thigh. Option 2, maybe stretch both your arms up. Okay, so you continue to lengthen upper body upwards. Lower body starts to ground, okay, and hug everything towards the midline. Your feet, you hug them towards each other. Breathe. Nice. Now slowly release, hands on the mat. Stepping back to your down dog. Okay, so you can always just take your left knee back first and lift both your knees together as you send your hips back to your inverted V. From down dog, shift forward to plank. High push-up. Drop your knees down. Gently lower the body all the way down to the floor. Okay, so with your elbows bent and pointing backwards, lower down with control. Here, don't flop. Point your toes back. Rolling up into a baby cobra now. So shoulders away from ears. Elbows are hugging inwards. Broaden through your collarbones. Shoulders away from ears. Yeah, not shrugging. And push back. Downward facing dog. Go back. Nice. Now look forward at your hands. Step your right foot forward. Softly. Followed by your left leg. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Again, so keep your feet hip width distance. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. On your exhale, fold forwards. Root to rise, press down through your feet. Slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Okay, so that was 1 round on your right side. Let's complete the left side. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead, maybe looking up. Exhale, fold forwards, folding from your hips. So as you fold, you can always bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift again. So fingers could be on the mat, fingers could be on your shin. On your exhale, fold a little bit deeper, belly to thigh. From here now, step your left leg back. Drop your left knee down. Taking a twist, left palm stays on the mat. Twist on your exhale as you stretch your right hand up now. Okay, so maybe looking upwards, if that feels okay. Release your twist, right hand lowers. Get ready, press your palms into your right thigh, lift your chest up. Anjaneyasana. Okay, so you can stay here, hands on thigh. Maybe reach both your arms up towards the ceiling. Okay, so stretch up. Nice, okay, so Anjaneyasana, yeah, stretches that left hip flexor. Then hug inner thighs together, descend your hips and breathe. Nice, and slowly release, hands on the mat. Stepping back to down dog. Again, you can do the easier way. Take your right knee back first. Lift both your knees, send your hips back. Okay, from down dog, shift forward to plank. Again, so this is an easy vinyasa. Lower your knees down. Gently lower the whole body all the way down to the floor. Point your toes back, rolling up into a baby cobra still. Okay, so hug elbows inwards, press down through your thighs, shoulders away from ears. Okay, slowly push back, downward facing dog, go back. Next, I look forward at your hands, step your left foot forward, right foot forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Again, so feet hip width distance. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Root to rise, press down through your feet, roll up. Again, slowly stacking your spine as you let your head be the last to come up. Sweeping your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, so that was a completed one round. Let's move on to second round. Again, inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forwards, one dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Fingers on mat or fingers on shin. Exhale, fold forwards, hands on the floor. Step your right leg back. Lower the right knee down. Press your palms into your left thigh as you lift your chest up. Okay, so you're going to take a slightly deeper twist now. Palms together to touch in prayer. On your inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, twisting across to your left. Can you hook your right elbow outside of your left knee? Okay, so it doesn't have to be super deep. This elbow touching your thigh. Nice. Now notice you're not flopping that belly onto your left thigh. Okay, you're lifting that lower belly and twisting towards the left as you bring your hands to touch in prayer. Nice. Now release your twist. Hands on the mat. Lizard. Shifting that left foot about 1 inch to your left. Now with your toes turned out slightly. Both palms on the mat inside of your foot. Option 1, you stay here in your palms. Option 2, grab your blocks. You're going to lower down to your forearms. Okay. Option 3, if it's in your range of motion, you can lower your forearms down to the mat completely. Okay, so if your forearms don't touch the mat, use your blocks to prop you up. Now try to line up your elbows with the arch of your left foot. Keep your left knee closer to your left shoulder. Nice, and lengthen all the way to the crown of your head. From here, come back onto your palms for those who are on your forearms. Okay, so 2 ways to go back to down dog. You could take your left knee back, go back like how we did earlier. Option 2, slightly more challenging. Lift your right leg, step back, downward facing dog. Nice, and from here, shift forward to plank. Drop your knees down. Again, we're just going to lower the body all the way down slowly. Lie flat on your belly. Point your toes back. Moving up into a slightly higher cobra now. Okay, so hands on the floor, shoulders back, inhale to lift. So as you come into a higher cobra again, so shoulders and shrugging, roll it back. Draw your shoulder blades closer together. Press down through your thighs. Nice. Okay, so find a nice arch in the back. Okay, push back, downward facing dog, go back. Look forward at your hands. Step your right foot forward. Left foot forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Again, so feet about hip width. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Root to rise, press down through your feet, roll up. Slowly stacking the spine. Sweeping your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, completing the last round. You're on your left side now. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step your left leg back. Lower the knee down. Press your palms into your right thigh as you lift your chest up. Okay, so from here, palms to touch in prayer. Take an inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, twist. Okay, so twisting towards your right. Hook left elbow outside of your right knee. Bring your thumbs closer to your heart center. Okay, so collarbones remain broad. And again, lifting that lower belly away from your thigh. Release your twist, hands on the mat. Lizard. So shifting that right foot about 1 inch to your right. Turn your toes out just slightly as you place both hands inside of your right foot. So option 1, you stay here on your palms. 2, a bit more challenging, lower forearms down to blocks or your books. 3, elbows on the mat directly. Okay, so might notice also one side could be a little bit tighter than the other. Nice, I try to line up elbows with the arch of your right foot as you keep your right knee a little bit closer to the shoulder. Okay, so hugging that thigh bone in energetically. Nice, now neck is relaxed. One more big breath here. Slowly push yourself back up. Okay, you're going to step back to down dog again. You could take the easy way, right knee on the mat first and lift both your knees, or press the floor with your palms, lift your left leg, step your right foot back. Okay, so back to inverted V. And from down dog, let's roll forward to plank. High push-up. Knees down. Gently lower the body all the way down. Okay, so like you're doing your push-up all the way to the floor. Point your toes back, rolling up into a cobra. Okay, so shoulders back. Shoulder blades closer together, so that's retraction. Chest lifting forwards and upwards. And press your hips back. Downward facing dog, go back. Look forward at your hands. Step your left foot forward. Right foot forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, fold forwards. Coming up, press down through your feet, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Swoop your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Okay, so that was 2 rounds of sun salutation. From here now, okay, so just hold your hips with your hands. Take a big step back with your left leg. Okay, or whichever leg that still allows you to see the screen. Okay, so take a super wide stance. You're going to move into your warrior 2 very shortly. Okay, as you stretch your arms out sideways, you just see, can you stack your ankles below your wrists, roughly. From here, turn your right foot forward. Okay, bend your right knee. So right foot towards the top edge of the mat, bend the knee, and just try to line up the right heel with the arch of your back foot. So if I were to draw a line, those 2 points will meet. Okay, bend into your front knee more. Stretch out your arms. So you're keeping shoulders stacked on top of your hips. You're not leaning forward or leaning too far back. Straight arms. Now can you check that your right knee is in line with your right second toe? Okay, so the knee isn't collapsing inwards. Looking past your right fingertips with a soft face. From here, let's reverse. You're going to flip your right palm up, inhale. Exhale, sweep your right arm overhead. Okay, so nothing changes from waist down. Upper body is doing a side stretch like what we did at the start. Resting your left hand lightly on your left leg. So hip bones are still even. Again, if this doesn't work for your shoulder, feel free to bend your elbow. Just experiment. Maybe just keep your hand on your hip. Inhale, come back up. Warrior 2. One more pose. With this same leg shape, lower your right forearm down to your right thigh. Stretch your left arm overhead. Okay, so side angle. Again, so reaching through your fingertips here. So same thing with your left hand. Feel free to explore the options if straight arm doesn't work. Okay, so roll left shoulder back. Nice. Now your right rib, you continue to think about revolving your right rib under and up. Okay, so you're not collapsing inside angle. You're really opening up, twisting the bottom rib under and up. Breathe here. Press down through your feet. Slowly come back up. Warrior 2. Nice. Now hands back to your hips. Let's do the other side. Okay, so just turn your right foot inwards. So the foot is now parallel to the top edge side of the mat. Turn your left foot towards the back. And bend into your left knee. Okay, so you're lining up left heel with the arch of your back foot. Stretch your arms out sideways. If you can, bend your left knee a little bit more to a square. If this doesn't work for your knee, you can just decrease the bend. Okay, so straight arms, looking past your left fingertips, breathe. Let's reverse. Flip the left arm up on your inhale. Exhale, sweep your left arm overhead, reach it back. Okay, this is a nice side bend. Again, the right hand is light on your right leg. If you're comfortable, you can look up and not look down, or maybe even look at your right foot. Inhale, coming back up, warrior two. Side angle. Lower your left palm down to your left thigh. Sweep your right arm overhead. Okay, so roll right shoulder back. Again, you're revolving left rib and under and up. So with your legs, you think about them pressing down into the mat and energetically dragging your feet together. So like you want to crumple the mat between your legs. Next, now press out through your feet. Slowly come back up, warrior two. Hands on hips. Turn your left foot inwards. Just a simple transition to go back to the top edge of the mat. Turn your right foot forward and step. Ta-da! Okay, we're back at the top edge of the mat. Again, so standing with your feet about hip width distance. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Again, so you can always bend your knees if you need. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands flat on the mat. Step your left leg back. Okay, huge step back. I'm going to come up in high lunge in just a bit. Okay, so before we do so, again, you want to stay high on your back foot. Okay, so high heel, back foot. Right toes point forward. Keep your feet about hip width distance. Okay, so hip width is right heel lining up with right hip. Left heel with left hip. Now from here, as you push down through your feet, hands hold hips, slowly lift your chest up. Okay, so body upright position. Nice, okay, so power through that left leg. Push down through the ball of your left foot. Hip bones are facing forward evenly. And your legs again, so you hug them from right to left, front to back. If you're okay, stretch both your arms up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. Nice, now from high lunge, a little bit of core work now. Let's lean forward into a resting warrior. Okay, so it's not exactly a resting pose. And it's about 45-degree angle now. Hollow your belly. Keep your biceps next to your ears. Just going to hold here for another 3, 2, and 1. Hands to heart center. On your inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting across towards your right side. So notice we did do this pose earlier in our sun salutation with our back knee down. Okay, so this is a more challenging variation with the back knee lifted. Elbow still pressing to your thigh. Nice. So using that resistance here to help you twist a little bit more towards your right side. Release your twist, high lunge. Slowly come back up. Your legs might be burning now. From here, hands to hips. Here we shorten the distance between your feet slightly. So left foot, half a foot forward, and ground your back foot. Okay, so left toes, you want to angle them for about 45 degrees to the front. Keep it flat. Hips are still facing forward. So feet remains hip width. It's not a heel to heel situation now with your hips, with your feet. Right hand holds right hip. Stretch your left hand up. Revolve triangle. On your inhale, lengthen. Exhale as you hinge forward from your hips. Slowly, maybe lower your left fingers down to the mat if they can touch. If they can't touch, grab your block. Place your left hand on the block. Okay, so those using block could be the taller side, middle, or lower side. Okay, so I'm going to just use a block here. So left hand on a block or left hand on the mat. Now hips are level at this point. Keep them level as we now start to twist on your exhale towards the right side. Okay, so hips don't shift. Nice, okay, so twisting towards your right. Think about just stacking that right shoulder on top of your left. Okay, so if your left heel is a little bit off the mat now, can you press on through your left heel more? Option 1, stay here, right hand on right hip. Option 2, stretch your right hand overhead. Okay, so reaching the right hand towards the ceiling. Maybe looking up at your lifted hand. Okay, so again, are your legs still energetically hugging towards each other? As you twist your torso towards your right side. One more big breath. Nice, now release your twist. Lower your right hand down to the mat. Move the block aside for now. Step your left foot forward. Forward for Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's repeat those poses on the other leg. So hands on the mat, step your right leg back. Huge step back. Okay, so just adjusting feet hip width. Left knee bend. Stay high on your back foot. Once you're ready, push down through your feet. Okay, you can just keep your hands on your hips for now. Inhale to lift. Okay, so square hips forward. Straighten that back leg. If you can, you bend into your left knee more. Okay, so you get your left thigh parallel to the mat. Stretch both your arms up. Okay, so reaching arms towards the ceiling. Breathe. Nice, now resting warrior. Start to lean forward. Slowly, okay, so with control, again, you hollow that belly. Keep your biceps next to your ears if you can. Hug inner thighs together. Again, we'll hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Hands in prayer. On your inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, twist across to the left side. Okay, so just adjust. Again, right elbow presses into your thigh. Lift that lower belly. Bring your hands to touch. Thumbs close to your heart center. Okay, nice. Now left shoulder back and pause. Release your twist, high lunge. So just retrace the steps, come back up. Hands to your hips. Shorten the distance between your feet slightly. So right foot, half a foot forward. Ground your foot. Again, so your feet still remains hip width, not heel to heel. Square the hips forward. Okay, so hips forward means both hip bones are facing same direction in line. From here now, stretch your right hand up when you inhale, left hand on left hip. Exhale, you're going to hinge forward. So tilting forward from your hips and lower. Again, right fingers on the mat. Maybe right hand on the block. Okay, or book. Okay, so if you notice your head is dipping below your hips, can I suggest to just widen that distance between your feet a little bit more? Okay, so strong legs press down through the outer edge of your right foot. Drag your heels together. Get ready to twist now. On your inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, twist your torso towards your left side. Okay, so hips, again, level. You can stay here, left hand on left hip. Maybe stretch your left hand up. Okay, so you're pressing down through the outer edge of your right foot. Feel as though someone's pulling you up by your left fingers. Okay, so find that lift there, not collapsing in triangle, or in twisted triangle. Release your twist, left hand on the mat. Move the block away. Look forward, step your right foot forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend your knees and sit on the mat. Okay. So as you sit on the mat, let's start with a Dandasana. Okay, so just sit up tall, straighten both legs forward. Okay, you can place your fingers alongside your body on the mat and press into the floor with all 10 finger pads here. Okay, you're going to explore a couple of twisting poses and a binding pose. From here now, bend your right knee, cross your right foot outside of your left. Okay, so your right foot is in line with left kneecap. Keep your right bum down on the mat. Now, right hand holds right thigh. Stretch your left hand up on your inhale. Again, so with each inhale, you want to think about lengthening first right before you twist, all right? Exhale, twisting towards your right. So as you twist towards your right, your left hand could be hugging the right knee. Let me just turn around to show you. Okay, so left hand could be hugging your right knee like that. Option 2, left arm hooks outside of your right thigh. Okay, so this resembles that prior twist we did earlier. Same thing. Okay, so you either hug the knee or elbow outside. Nice, now your other hand will be behind your back on the mat. Okay, so sit up taller on your inhale again. So lengthen from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. On your exhale, you revolve from your navel upwards. Again, so still think about that corset sensation, ribs in, belly in. Maybe looking past your right shoulder. Okay, so if you notice the right bum off the mat, ground through your right sitting bone, press it down, breathe. Nice, now release your twist, look forward. Okay, from here, just uncross your right leg. So I still want to keep that right knee bent, left leg straight. Let me just face you for this. Marichasana A, this is your binding pose. Again, you might need a towel or strap, so keep it within arm's length. Leave a fist gap distance between your legs. Draw your right heel a little bit closer to your body. Okay, nice. Now from here, left hand holds onto your right shin. Stretch your right hand up on your inhale. On your exhale, you're going to reach your right hand forward. Okay, so as you reach forward, feel as though you want to grab something in front of your right hand. Okay, so you need that reaching forward to get you to bind. Okay, so you're going to wrap your right arm around the right shin now. Okay, let me just repeat that again. So right hand reaches forward. Arm is inside of your knee, not outside. Okay, inside. Turn the right shoulder inwards, internally rotate. Bend at your elbow as you now wrap your right hand around the right shin. Okay, nice. Now from here, take your left hand back. So this is the pose, Marichasana A. Now if your hands can't quite touch behind your back, grab a towel or strap, hold it with your left hand, and you might need to just pass it to your right hand this way. Okay, so towel or strap will make the pose a little bit more accessible. Nice. Now from here, if you're still okay, we're going to add in a little forward fold. 4 forwards on your exhale. Okay, so the shoulders are level. It's not, one side is not a little bit higher. You're looking forward at your left toes, shoulders level. Okay, and knee is close to your right shoulder. It's not flaring out to the side. And just notice also right shoulder isn't shrugging. Okay, so keep the shoulder away from your ears, soften it. Looking at your toes, fold forwards. Okay, if for whatever reason this bind doesn't work for you, another option to take in Marichasana A, skip the bind altogether. Just think about reaching for your left foot with both hands. Again, if your hands can't quite reach, towel to the rescue, loop it around your left foot. Okay, so as you're doing this modification for Marichasana A, just also continue to keep that right knee closer to shoulder. Okay, so this is one option. Next inhale, rise back up. Wherever you are, release your bind if you're in a bind. Okay, one more pose with that same shape of your legs. Marichasana C, it's a twisting pose. Okay, so keep your right heel again close to your body. Place your right hand on the mat behind your back. Take an inhale, lengthen. Okay, so think about sitting up taller, reach your left hand up, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist towards your right. Option 1, hug that right knee with your left elbow. Okay, so similar to that twisting pose, 2 poses before. Option 2, maybe left arm can hook outside of your right thigh. Okay, so I'm going to stick with option 1. So your right bum stays down. You're sitting up taller. So the difference between this pose and the other one that we did earlier, the foot is not crossed over. Okay, so as you're twisting towards the right side, okay, the right knee is still pointing forward, so the knee isn't crossing over to your left. Okay, so knee points forward, knee is pressing to your left elbow resisting it. Nice, and keep your front foot flat, so toes pointing upwards. One more big breath. And slowly release. Look forward. Hey, nice. Now from this leg shape, can you now stack that right knee on top of your left? So this is your half cow. Okay, so ideally you want your knees to be stacked like that. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, to get into your full cow face, full Gomukhasana, you're going to bend your left knee as well. Okay, so folding that left heel in. Nice. Now do any adjustments here. Typically, you might want to lift your sitting bones, squeeze your inner thighs together more, and sit your bum down. Okay, nice. Now the further the feet are from your hips, more intense. If it's too much for you, just walk your feet closer to your hips. Okay, so both sitting bones down. Nice. Take an inhale. Now you're just going to stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Okay, so I'm just doing this cow face without the bind. Okay, so it's just a forward fold. Nice. Okay, maybe lower down to your forearms if that's available. Some of you can even walk your hands forward. If folding forward is not an option for you, just stay upright. Okay, so your sitting bones are down. So butt is down, you're not lifting the hips up. Energetically squeeze the inner thighs together. Those folding forwards may be bringing the chest closer to your top knee. Breathe. Inhale wherever you are. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Sit upright. From cow face, uncross your legs and straighten both legs forward. Dandasana. Okay, so again, you're in Dandasana. Straight legs, long spine, fingers on the mat next to your hips or thighs. Just sit up a little bit taller. Nice. Now, seated twist on the other leg now. Bend your left knee. Cross your left foot outside of your right. Again, so left foot is flat. Left knee points upwards. Stretch your right hand up on your inhale. Lengthen. Exhale, twisting towards your left. Again, so as you twist, you could be hugging your left knee with your right elbow. You could be hooking that right elbow outside of your left thigh. Bring your left hand to the mat behind your back. Again, take an inhale here, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist from your navel upwards. So you're revolving vertebrae by vertebrae. Maybe looking past your left shoulder. Okay, so left shoulder isn't shrugging, neither are you collapsing. Okay, it's nice long spine here. Release your twist. Look forward. From here, uncross your leg. Draw your left heel closer to your body. Okay, so Marichasanas A. Again, you want a fist gap distance between your legs. Right hand holds onto left shin. Stretch your left hand up. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to reach your left hand forward. Okay, so as far forward as you can. Like you want to grab something in front. From here, internally rotate your left shoulder as you wrap your left hand around the shin. Okay, so it doesn't have to be super low, just below your kneecap. Take your right hand back. Again, you could be holding on to right wrist, fingers, or use a towel, okay, if your hands don't quite touch. Front foot is still active. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Okay, so like any forward fold, again, you want to think about reaching the chest forward, hinging forward from your hips. Nice, so if this option doesn't work for you, release your hands. Think about reaching for your front foot with both hands while you keep your left knee closer to left shoulder. Okay, so just 2 variations here. Inhale, rise back up slowly. Release your bind if you have it. Marichasana C. Again, so same leg shape. You just turn so you can see. Same leg shape. Bring your left hand to the mat behind your back. Stretch your right hand up on your inhale. Reach up. Exhale. Again, twisting from navel upwards. Option 1, stay here. Hug that left knee is your right elbow. Option 2, right elbow hooks outside of your left thigh. Okay, so the hand could be in a stop sign. You might want to reach your hand forward. See whatever works for your hand. Okay, so left fingers is pressing to the floor. Keep the spine nice and long. And again, so knee is pointing forward. Your left knee isn't crossing over towards the right side. Okay, and as you twist, continue to breathe normally through your nose. Nice. And ribs in, belly in. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Okay, so engage your core. Hold. Gently release. Look to the front. Release your twist. Gomukhasana legs. Okay, so from here, cross your left knee on top of your right. Okay, let me just turn to face you. So left knee on top of right. Option 1, half cow face. Option 2, bend your right knee, fold the heel in. Again, so maybe your legs look like that. Now see if you can just adjust them a little. Lift your hips, hug your thighs together. Sit your hips back down. Again, so please feel free to straighten that bottom leg if this full version doesn't work for you. Feet further away or closer to your hips. So energetically squeeze inner thighs together. Keep the sitting bones heavy. Stretch your arms up on your inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Okay, so you could be here. You could be on your forearms. You could maybe walk your hands for a little bit more. Okay, so wherever you are, again, so sitting bones are pressing down into the mat. Stay here for just 2 more breaths. 1 more big breath. And slowly release. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Sit the chest upright. Uncross your legs. Okay, just want to do a transition to lie down onto your belly. Okay, so from cow face, just cross at your ankles. Rock forward onto your hands and knees. Slowly lie down onto your belly. Okay, so once you're on your belly, I'm going to move into Shalabhasana locust pose. So just adjusting your feet to be about hip width distance. Stretch your hands alongside your body. Okay, we're going to do 2 rounds. First round, just hands beside your body. On your next inhale, start to lift your chin, lift your chest. Okay, now reach your fingers towards your feet. Can you lift both your legs up? Okay, so feel as though you are squeezing a block between your thighs. Okay, so squeeze an imaginary block. Spread all 10 toes. As you reach your fingers back, just doing a bit of a modification here. Think about turning your palms outwards, okay? So you keep an external shoulder rotation as you squeeze the shoulder blades closer together. Okay, so find that length here from the crown of your head all the way to your toes. Nice. As you stay in this back bend, you're still keeping ribs and belly in. Hold. And slowly come back down. Okay, now we're going to do it once more. Adjusting your feet about hip width. Interlacing the hands behind your back now. Okay, so if your palms can't quite touch, grab your towel strap and hold on to a towel instead. Okay, so make the pose more accessible. If you can, interlacing the fingers, palms to touch. Shoulders back away from your ears. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest. Start to drag your drag your knuckles towards your feet and lift both your legs up. Okay, so again, you're squeezing shoulder blades together. Nice. Legs are active. Spread your toes. Squeeze that imaginary block. Chest up a little bit more. Hold. And slowly come back down. Release your hands. Nice. Now gently turn yourself around. Lie on your back. Okay, just a few more poses before we get to Shavasana. So as you come onto your back, with both your knees bent, take a bridge pose. So with your feet about hip width, feet hip width and parallel to each other. Hands on the mat beside your body. Okay, take your time, push on through your feet. Start to lift your hips, lift the lower back, upper back, lift your chest towards your chin. Okay, so you can choose to stay here, hands on the mat. Some of you can start to walk your arms and elbows closer together. So interlacing the fingers like what we just did in Locust, Shalabhasana. Okay, so it's active legs again. So press onto your feet more. Chest up. So using your mind's eye, see if you can stack your knees on top of your ankles. Okay, so your knees are not flaring out wide. It's the same thing. You're going to squeeze that imaginary block between your thighs. Now push on through your feet more and energetically forward. Gently lower your bridge. Lower your body. Release your hands. Come down onto the mat. Once you're here, still keeping both your knees bent, cross your right ankle on top of left knee. Okay, so we're taking a figure 4 shape. Keep your right foot flexed. Okay, so right ankle is pressing on top of left knee. Bring your left thigh close to your chest. You're going to take your right hand now. Take it through the gap between your legs. Okay, and hug either the left shin or maybe the back of your left thigh. Okay, so as you hug your left thigh closer to your body, keep that external rotation of your right hip. Okay, so in other words, just move your right thigh away from your belly. Okay, so it's not coming closer to my arm, away from belly. So left thigh is coming closer to chest, right thigh is moving away. Okay, while you're doing so, right foot stays flexed, spread all 5 right toes. Keep the shoulders down, collarbones broad. Nice, and gently release. Switch sides. Okay, so uncross your legs, cross left ankle on top of right knee now. Flex your foot, spread the toes. Bring your right thigh closer as you take your left hand through the gap between the legs. Hugging right shin or right thigh. So draw your right thigh closer to your chest. And again, externally rotate your left hip. Okay, so moving the left thigh away from your belly. So right thigh closer, shoulders down, collarbones broad. Breathe. Nice, and uncross your legs. One more supine twist before we Shavasana. With your knees together, stretch your arms out sideways. Okay, so if you don't have the space to straighten your arms, you can always do cactus hands. With your knees together, shuffle the hips a little to your right first, and lower your knees down to your left. Okay, so shuffling the hips before twisting, just to keep the spine a little bit more aligned. Now you can look past your right shoulder. And if possible, draw your knees in closer to your chest or belly. Okay, so right shoulder isn't off the mat. You want to think about pushing the right shoulder down. Still maintaining that length on the right side of your body. Okay, so more space between your right armpit to your right hip. Release your twist back to center. Switch sides. Shuffle the hips slightly to your left. Drop your knees down to your right. And look past left shoulder. Okay, so left shoulder stays down on the mat. So your right hand, you can keep it in cactus. Some of you might want to place your right palm lightly on your left leg. Release your twist back to center. Once you're back to center, give yourself a final hug, knees into chest. Wrapping your arms around your shins and hold on to opposite elbows or forearms. Gently lifting your head as you bring forehead or nose to your knees. Time to let it go. Come to your final pose, Shavasana. Okay, so slowly straighten your legs. Separate your feet to about mat width distance. Hands away from your body. So just let your toes turn out naturally, fingers curl naturally as you soften or close your eyes. Once again, softening the space between your eyebrows. Relaxing your jaw. Just let your body be completely still, completely present, so you're not falling asleep. As you allow your body to absorb all the benefits from your practice earlier. Okay, if you have a little bit more time, I would strongly recommend you to stay longer in Shavasana. Otherwise, start to deepen your breath as you move your fingers and move your toes. Bringing your legs together to touch. Stretch your arms overhead, interlacing your fingers, flip the palms upwards, point your toes, and stretch like you just woke up. And on your exhale, release. Bend both your knees. Roll over to the right side for a very short while in a fetal position. Okay, so using your right upper arm as a pillow. At your own time, push yourself back up. Find a comfortable seat facing the front with your eyes still closed. You can either rest your hands on your knees or palms together to touch at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Start to bring the awareness back to your body and back to this present moment on your mat by blinking your eyes open very slowly. Namaste. Thank you once again for joining me this Saturday afternoon. Please rest well, have lots of water, stay safe, and I'll see you again next week at 3 o'clock. Thank you. Have a great weekend ahead. I'll see you. Bye-bye.